Alright, imagine this. You've been waiting years for Apple to finally drop a foldable. The hype builds, the leaks keep coming, and you're expecting something that just resets the game. And then, this shows up. Not gonna lie, after seeing the latest dummy units next to the regular Pro iPhone, I've got a bit of a concern. Because instead of playing it safe, Apple looks like they've gone all in on something very different, and I'm not fully convinced it's gonna work. So here's what's going on. From the latest leaks, the iPhone Fold doesn't follow the usual formula we've seen from companies like Samsung. Instead of giving you a normal-looking phone that opens up into something bigger, Apple seems to have designed something that's wide. Like really wide. When it's folded, it's actually wider than a standard Pro iPhone. And that's already pushing it in terms of comfort. So holding this thing in one hand, messaging, reaching across the screen, that might get awkward pretty fast. And that's where things start to feel a bit questionable. Because Apple's approach is clearly centered around the unfolded experience. Open it up and yeah, it sounds incredible. You're looking at roughly a 7.8-inch inner display with a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is basically an iPad mini that just happens to fold in half. The outer display is smaller, around 5.5 inches, but still fully functional. And Apple's reportedly working on reducing or even eliminating the crease using a custom internal structure, which, if they pull it off, would be seriously impressive. Also, this thing is thin. Like ridiculously thin. Around 4.5 to 4.8 millimeters when unfolded. Even when folded, it's sitting under 10 millimeters with a premium titanium and aluminum build and a pretty advanced hinge system. So on paper, this is peak Apple engineering, but here's the problem. We've kind of seen this story before. If you look at the early days of foldables, the first few attempts weren't just about durability, they were about usability. Devices were either too tall, too narrow, too bulky. They just didn't feel right as everyday phones. It took years for foldables to get to a point where, when closed, they actually feel like a normal phone you'd want to use all day. And that's the key point. Because if your foldable isn't great as a phone when it's folded, then what's the point? And that's exactly the concern here. Apple seems to be prioritizing the tablet experience so much that the phone part might take a back seat. And sure, having a mini tablet in your pocket sounds amazing in theory, but in real life, most of us spend way more time using our phones closed than open. Quick replies, scrolling, calls, one-handed use, that's the stuff that matters daily. And if that experience feels compromised just so you can occasionally unfold into a bigger screen, that's a tough trade-off. Now don't get me wrong, the rest of the package sounds insane. We're talking about a next-gen A-series chip built on an advanced process, 12 gigabytes of RAM, up to 1 terabyte of storage, and what could be the biggest battery ever in an iPhone. There's also a dual camera setup with high-resolution sensors, a new modem, and even an under-display camera on the inside. Because of how thin the device is, Apple might ditch Face ID here and go with a side-mounted fingerprint sensor instead, which is actually kind of interesting. And on the software side, it'll likely run a customized version of iOS with proper multitasking, split-screen apps, floating windows, the kind of stuff that actually makes use of that big display. So yeah, there's a lot to like. But all of that doesn't matter if the core experience feels off. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a folding tablet. It's supposed to be your main phone, the thing you use all the time without thinking about it. And right now, it feels like Apple might have designed something that's incredible when opened, but questionable when closed. And if that ends up being true, this could either be one of the boldest moves Apple's made in years, or one of the most expensive missteps, especially when you consider the rumored price. This thing could start around $2,000 and go way beyond that depending on the variant. So expectations? They're sky high. Anyway, I'm really curious what you think about this. Do you like the idea of a wider, more tablet-focused foldable? Or do you think Apple should have focused more on making it feel like a normal phone first? Drop your thoughts below. I'll be reading. And yeah, this one's going to be interesting.